The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Good morning. Butch Hubbard here with you. Bob is not here this morning. He's on his way to the Eggs and Issues breakfast put on by the Chamber of Commerce as our state legislators are getting ready to head to Atlanta next week to start the 2019 General Assembly up there. It is 1 minute after 8 o'clock, and it's now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by the Wolf Animal Hospital on West Cherry Street, by MyBridge Ford in Blackshear, by Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street, and by the Women's Health Center in downtown Jesup on Chariot Broad. But this morning we've going to talk. Well, we got the president of the Touchdown Club in with us this morning, Lynn Lewis. Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning, Butch.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having us.
And you got Coach Cribb here next to you.
Absolutely.
And so what's going on with the Wayne County Touchdown Club? What do you guys want to discuss this morning?
Well, we have a couple of things we'd like to discuss. The first, I guess, is the thing that's coming up the fastest on us. We're having the annual the high school football banquet that the Touchdown Club puts on in the high school. That's going to be Monday night at 7 o'clock. We invite everybody to come out and support these guys. They had a great year. Coach Cribb and the staff did a wonderful job really turning this program around. If you look at it from where we were a few years ago to now, I mean, we've lost 2 games and how many, Coach?
2 years.
Yeah. Well, how many games we played?
We played. We won 20 and lost 3.
Yeah. We lost 20. Yeah, that's it. So that's pretty good. I mean, there was times that we just wanted three wins of the season. So we're really proud of these guys and what they're doing. But the banquet is going to be on Monday night at 7 o'clock. We're going to have a nice meal prepared. Reed Brown and the guys are going to be helping us prepare the meal, as well as some of the guys, the ladies in the lunchroom. So we're looking forward to that. Probably one of the best things that we're doing that I want to make sure the community is aware of. For years and years, we've had, the football field has been named Donaldson Madry Field. And Coach Madry and Coach Donaldson are legends in this area. What they've done to our football program. I've had the opportunity to know Coach Madry really well. From my days in school, and then after, as I grew up and got in the community before he passed away, a fabulous guy. Coach Donaldson has touched so many people in this community growing up. But this year, the school board has approved that we add one more person to the name of that field, and that's going to be Lynn Hoss. For those of you who know Lynn Hoss, that is something that is going to be very special to him and his family. Lynn Hoss is probably the most successful football player that's came out of Wayne County. From Jesup High School, went on to play for the University of Georgia. Didn't even know he was drafted into the NFL. He was walking through a cafeteria when some guy said, "Congratulations on getting drafted to the NFL," and he looked at him like he was crazy. Mm-hmm. Went on to the Redskins, and from the day he started, he never missed a game.
Isn't that amazing?
Never missed a game.
Coach Cribb, you think about that you've got a person playing in the NFL where you get the hardest hits, and it never missed a game in, 15 years or something like that, however long it was.
From 64 to 77, started every game that he was on the field for, and to his recollection, he said, if I missed a play, it was just a play. He said, because back then, if you missed more than about 3 plays, somebody was stepping up to replace you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can't imagine that not being the record. That's just unheard of.
Isn't that unheard of?
Especially in the NFL now. High school is one thing, and then colleges, but the NFL is a very violent, very physical.
Very physical.
Well, when Brett Favre was running, he broke the record for most continuous games. I made a comment to Mr. Hoss, and he said, well, the difference is they counted only regular season games when he played. So if you go back and count all the preseason games, postseason games that they played, he has got, tremendous amount of other games. He said, I couldn't remember. But he definitely has more. I think it's 189 consecutive starts. But he said they're only played 14 games back then.
Yeah, and he's on the Ring of Fame up there around in the stadium there at the Redskins Stadium up there is one of the names up there is one of the all-stars of all time of the Redskins.
That's right. So going forward, the field will be named. It'll still be JC Stadium, of course, but the field will be Donaldson Madry House Field. And we're going to also honor the Madrys as well as the Coach Donaldson's family as well. They're going to be there. We've got something for them as well. So it's just and Lynn Hoss will tell you, and it's going to be in some comments made Monday night. He'll say I would have never been anything that I was if it wasn't for Coach Donaldson and Coach Madry. So he gives all of his glory to the work ethic and the football knowledge that those two coaches put into him.
When he played for Jesup High School, that was several years before Wayne County, where all the schools, 3 high schools here in the county moved into one. He was a running back.
He was
for Jesup High School.
He went to Georgia as a running back, and they wasn't playing him, and so he walked up to the coach and said, Coach, you going to play me? He said, I don't think so. He said, was there somewhere else I could play? He said, well, if you want to play on my field, you're going to have to go to center. He said, okay. And so he moved to center, and he said, I thought that was the most upsetting thing to me. He says, smartest move the coach ever made. He said, because I'd have never made it to the NFL as a running back, but I sure made it as a center.
Coach Cribb, how important is the center to the whole running of the offense?
Well, let me give you a little story. My first game as a head football coach, we had 8 missed snaps between the center and the quarterback, and they scored 7 touchdowns off those 8 missed snaps, and pretty much was couldn't have been a more disastrous night. And so quickly we changed centers, but that's the most important thing. The center touched the ball every time, and that exchange is so important, and it's the probably most common turnover is from the quarterback center exchange.
Yeah, and you think about that as a center. Not only you having to keep up with the count from the quarterback, and if he changes the count or anything like that, you've got to hike the ball back to him, and then in your brain you got to be thinking about what 250 to 350-pound lineman is going to come flying in on you that you've got to block also. Well, block going through the brain.
Yeah, trying to snap that ball at the same time. You're right. You're responsible for somebody on that defense. You got to block. And that's tough. That's tough. That's a tough chore.
That's a tough job.
It's a tough chore.
I think every coach that's ever been through this, and I'm sure Coach Cribb got it too from Mr. Hoss, he'll be sitting in a touchdown club meeting or somewhere. The coach start talking about the skill players. The skill players this, and we've got these great skill players doing that, and he'll raise his hand pretty quick. He'll say, Coach, let me ask you a question. Which one of the players on the team are unskilled players? I'm curious because he gets kind of offended by the word skilled players.
You know what we say at Wayne County High School, don't you?
What's that?
We have little skill and big skill.
There you go.
That's the truth. Now that's a true story.
Yes,
that's what we call them.
Well, you're not going to have a team win without a really good offensive line, right, Coach?
Oh, that's the most important thing. Yeah, guys in trenches they dictate the outcome of that game.
Offense and defensive line.
And offensive guys, defense, they do get a little glory because they make sacks and, quarterback pressure and stuff like that. But offensive guys, man, they get zero recognition. Nope. Offensive line coach is the only one that's really, the running backs, they go in there and pat them on the head, and they've been taught to appreciate them. But let me tell you something. If it's not happening up front, it's not happening.
Well, you can see why some of these quarterbacks buy their offensive line, those 5 guys up front, some really good gifts at the end of the season, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you don't believe it, have a bad line.
Yeah.
Have a not talented line.
You didn't want to mention FSU, Coach.
There. What's that?
You didn't want to mention how bad FSU is now because of that.
Well, just like the national championship game, the defensive front, unbelievable. It's just
what did you see in that game, Coach? With Alabama and Clemson playing, it was supposed to be a close game. No one expected Clemson just to dominate Alabama like that, with Alabama just basically dominating everybody else. What happened there, Coach?
Well, they're matched up pretty even. Clemson can compete with them man for man across the board, but has a lot to do with this in particular day and preparation and those kids' mindset going into that game. And Clemson wanted it, and they played 4 quarters of it. So,
they just seemed like they wanted it more.
They did. They outperformed them that night. On that night, they sure did.
All right, we got Lynn Lewis in here this morning, along with Coach Cribb, talking about the Wayne County Touchdown Club. And what else is going on, Lynn?
All right. Well, again, we just want to say the banquet is going to be Monday, 7 o'clock. It's going to be pay at the door. So you come in, it's $15 a person. There's no pre-bought tickets. You come in, it's at the Wayne County High School, the Commons area. Going to have a great program for you. So please come out and support these guys.
And one thing we're going to try to do at the beginning as people come into the banquet is we're going to have open house and a little walkthrough through our weight room. Want to thank Wayne County Touchdown Club for making a major contribution to it, and I want to thank the school district superintendent and the school board for also helping us get this weight room put in place. But it's second to none. It's very impressive, and rather than coming in and sitting around and waiting a while, we decided we're going to let people do a little walkthrough on the way into the cafeteria, and just get to visualize and see what we've done, and have an appreciation for how hard these kids work and the facilities they have. So
weight room's still right down from the gym?
Yes, sir. It's right down the gym.
And the good thing about this weight room, it is top notch. It's nice. It's not just something the football players walk through and use. Every sport uses this weight room. So we understand that the revenue generator is the football team. That's why we're going to donate to it. But this is something that we're doing for every athlete, because there's a lot of athletes on that field on Friday night that they play basketball, they run track, they play baseball, soccer, every other sport out there. So it's important for the entire school and all these kids to have a weight facility they can be proud of and can utilize and can really help them. Because if you look at the difference between our guys 4 years ago, size, speed, and just it's unbelievable. Even my own kid, I look at him sometimes and say, good gracious, what happened to you? Mm-hmm. And it's direct thing from Coach Cribb and Coach Adams. He's on them, and he's got these guys in shape.
So one of the things that Coach Cribb and I were talking about before we went on the air was how well the boys basketball team is doing. A lot of it has to do with the fact of the weight program they've been putting through to help them. It gets tough down there under that net, and you got to be strong, be able to move, and have the conditioning to be able to go up and down that court. For the hour they do.
That's right. The other thing we'd like to talk about, of course, is our annual raffle. We're going to hold this again. It's going to be in February. It's February 2nd. It's the Saturday before the Super Bowl. So we're going to have the $10,000 raffle.
The Saturday, the day before it.
The day before. It'll be Saturday night. Yes,
okay.
Yes, sir. So we're going to start that at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a little different this year. It's not going to be at the it's not going to be at the Pine Forest Country Club this year. It's going to be at under the Chandelier. We've got it rented out for the main reason is we're going to have actually two events in one. We've got the Embers coming in, who is the world-renowned shag band.
One of the original beach music bands.
Them and the Swinging Medallions, I think, was probably the two most popular around here in a while. Of course, we have our own local band with Second Chance. I think they've played about 4 times the past month, so they deserve to have a good time as well. So we've got the Embers coming in, and we're going to start the drawing at 7. The Embers are going to kick off playing right around 8. We're going to have the drawing in one area. The band will be playing in another area, but we're not really going to intertwine the two. We're in between breaks. We're going to do the drawings. We're going to, if you buy a ticket for the drawing, that's your ticket to get in to see the Embers, enjoy the festivities, for you and a guest, whether it's your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your just your buddy, whatever. It's good for 2 tickets. You and someone else. If you buy one of the $100 raffle tickets, if you split a ticket, that's good for you and whoever you split it with. If you're not into wanting to buy a raffle ticket, you just don't believe in the raffle process, for whatever reason, we're selling individual tickets to come in to see just the Embers, $30 a person, $50 a couple. So we have those available as well. So we'll have some things going on throughout the night. We're not, and I want to repeat when I say this because I know a lot of people, they either love this or absolutely hated it. We're not having the auction of the last 10 tickets at the end. We've done away with that. We've got some other things we're going to do to make it more entertaining. There's just some people who are not real fond of that, so we're not going to have the additional tickets to be raffled towards the end anymore. So let's see what else we got.
The door prizes I thought was very impressive. The major door prizes, not just little prizes, but really.
How do people win those door prizes at this banquet?
Well, what we're doing this year, every 20th ticket that comes off the board. Now, I want you to think about this. We're selling 300 tickets, so every 20th ticket gets a door prize, and it's not a igloo cooler. It's not even a Yeti cooler. Yeah, we got a couple of Yeti coolers, but we've got a nice smoker that could be given away. We've got for the ladies, we've got a nice KitchenAid, corner counter mixer. I mean, it's really that thing's nice. Apple Watches, iPads. We've got a nice patio heater we're going to give away. Bose sound systems and earbuds. So we're trying to make this where if you buy this $100 ticket, we understand that's a pretty good investment for a raffle ticket, but it's going to be worth your while to come out and stay and see what's going on. We're going to have some 50-50 drawings throughout. We're going to have a big money 50-50 drawing. We're going to have some guns that we do some drawings on with some cards. So we've got some different things going on, but the most important thing is I think we've already seen a huge kind of turnout as far as the Embers. We've got people coming in from other areas just to come see the Embers play, and of course they're going to help generate some income for the Touchdown Club and for these guys as well.
So, let me ask you. So for $100, I get a raffle ticket. Got a chance to win a door prize every 20 drawn. Got a chance to win to $10,000.
That's right.
I get food. And also get to hear the Embers, all for that one ticket.
Just for $100.
$100.
Okay, now let's say if two people split the $100 ticket.
Yeah, two people get to come in. Bush, let's say me and you split a ticket and we have a date. We're going to have to pay for our date because our ticket only pays for two entrances.
For two. Right.
That's right. So, but other than that, I mean, if it's a split, if me and Coach Cribb split a ticket and our significant others don't want to go, then me and Coach Cribb are going to go and have a good time.
Right. So I'm not shagging with you, dude.
Yeah, we got to work on your hip first, Coach.
But that sounds like a great event. It's going to be the Saturday before the Super Bowl. It's going to be at Under the Chandelier, which is located where?
It's right on 301, right past Arthur Williams on the left. A lane.
So it's 301 South, past Arthur Williams on the left-hand side.
That's right.
Okay.
So it's a real nice venue. And what we're going to do is the inside of there is going to be where the Embers will be set up. We've got a big area that opens up, slides up the back area where we're going to set up an outside area that's not going to be outside. It's going to be heated or cooled, probably heated in February. But a big tent that's going to be outside that's going to house where we're going to do our drawings. So this is going to be a real nice setup. Elaine's done a real good job working with us. We're going to have a real nice, food spread. Holly and everybody with the Touchdown Club's working hard to get this. If you want a ticket, that's the big thing. If you want to get a raffle ticket, you can see about any of the Touchdown Club board members. I got them. Coach Cribb's got them. Holly Davison Lane's got them. The easiest thing to do is either message us on Facebook or go by Prime South and see Katie. Katie, as usual, thank you for all that you do. She goes crazy this time of year with people buying tickets, but she has tickets. You can go by and get them from her.
Katie at Prime South Bank on West Cherry Street also has those $100 tickets. Remember, folks, you can split it with another person.
That's right, or split it with 10 people. Everybody put in. I mean, all the years I was at the bank, the girls would go in and put in, split a $100 ticket, and one year I know several girls or ladies, at Prime South won. So they went in and I think there's 5 of them all put in $20, and they ended up splitting. If I'm not mistaken, I think they split. I think it was $5,000.
Isn't that amazing? $10,000 a person has a chance to win if they purchase a ticket by themselves. So, of course, divided, $5,000 if they split with someone else. You're not going to be raffling off tickets at the end again this year. I know a lot of folks had some questions about that. And so will you get down to where maybe you got the last 3 or 4 and they all agree to split? Will you still do that?
Absolutely, we're still doing that.
Okay.
And you don't have to be present to win the $10,000. We actually have an area on the tickets that says, "Are you planning on attending? Is it okay to split or not to split?"
Right.
So we go ahead and get that out of the way. So now you do have to be present, and I want to make sure everybody understands this, and it is on the tickets. You do have to be present to win the door prize. If you're the whatever ticket and we pull it off every 20th ticket.
20th and you're not there, it's going to go on to the next 21st drawing.
That's right. What we're going to do is we'll give it a few minutes in between the drawing, try to locate the person, announce it on both sides, and try to get everybody's attention. But if you miss your door prize, we go on to the next person. So that's the only thing that I want to make sure everybody understands.
So that's kind of a reward for making sure you're there.
That's right. Make sure you're there.
Right.
But it's not.
If you're going to buy a ticket, be there, have the fun. You're going to have and as you mentioned, you're going to have the Embers play, but you're not going to have drawings while they're
Correct.
playing. So you don't have to keep up with both.
We're going to start the drawing at 7. Go ahead and get them down at least halfway before the Embers start playing, and then in the breaks we'll go through another 20 or 30 or 50. As fast as we can go through the drawings and go through that. And just know that we're saying it's $10,000, but the first ticket off the board gets $200, so you double your money.
The first one?
First one. The 300th person, the drawing that comes off.
So if you come in last place, you still get
$200.
$200.
Yep, and then at the 250 is $300. The 200th is $500. Excuse me. The 150th one on the board gets $750, and then when we get down to the last 100, that 100th ticket gets $1,000.
Wow!
So on top of the door prizes, so I think we've got about $6,000 or $7,000 worth of door prizes.
I know, it's amazing. Every 20th drawing will get a good door prize. We're talking about a really good door prize. So there's so many ways for folks to win, aren't they?
Yeah, that's going to be a fun night. I'll tell you, the biggest thing is, they've done rap for years and years, but adding the Embers part and enjoying entertainment and shagging and, along with the food, but and a chance to win. The winning, I think they've mastered this now, taking, all the positives from the past years and took the best of the best, and it's pretty exciting. As
a head coach and athletic director, you got to be pleased the way the Touchdown Club steps up and does events like this to help raise funds for the athletic programs there at the school.
I'll tell you this. I was up at Marietta and Alpharetta, Georgia, up near Roswell, coaching in the All-Star game over the Christmas break, and I was talking to some other coaches from different areas, and this guy had just won the state championship up at Cedar Grove, and I was just explaining to him things that went on at Wayne County and how our Touchdown Club, what they did. It's unbelievable, second to none. It really, they do an incredible job for these kids. Our kids, they won't for nothing. I mean, they really, we expect them to work hard, but Touchdown Club just really makes sure it happens for these guys.
Well, I know that y'all use the money for a lot of things, Lynn, in terms of meals and things like that during the season for the teams and traveling and things of that sort. But any major projects that are working on this year for the football team?
Well, as far as major projects, I guess I'll defer that to Coach. We try, if Coach comes to us and needs something, we'll use the weight room as an example. We had a plan in place when we thought we were going to go a different direction with the weight room. That was going to be a major project. We kind of sidestepped it a little bit, and then what he came to us with, we wanted to make sure we could pull through. So, we've done a lot of things over the years. I mean, I say recently, but I mean, a major overhaul of the field was probably the last major project we did.
Redoing that, surfacing the field was something else.
That was a beast, and if you think about it, I stood out there many times this past year before the game, and I can remember standing on that sideline and barely seeing half of the other body of the person sitting on the other sideline that had such a crown in the middle. So
that's what Oklahoma had back during their the Sooner days with the Barry Switzer. I mean, they said that the thing was so rounded that you could hardly see the other side because they ran that option offense, and so when you ran left and right, you were going downhill.
Right. Yeah. So I think this year, we're getting some new uniforms.
So now you flattened it out.
Oh yeah, it's flat. I mean, the turf is really high quality. I mean, the amount of rain we had this year. Before games, and I mean the field held up well. So I mean they did a real good job with the field. The scoreboard, that was another big undertaking that we had.
Coach,
but you're right, and I'll tell you that's the main thing. This raffle they're having, it is a fundraiser, and it's to allow the Touchdown Club to continue to do for these kids. I mean, I've been here 2 years. Both years we had a major project. I hadn't been here 2 years quite yet. I think March will make 2 years, but we renovated the field house. Really fixed it up nice. Right. We've added shelters for the molding men and mobiles for the team to watch film in, and then we've renovated the weight room. So 2 major projects on top of everything else, and they are buying the kids a set of uniforms coming up. The uniforms are 4 years old now and pretty much worn out, but the main thing is that this is a fundraiser, and we ask you to participate. Come out and help us, and just continue to support your youth.
So new uniforms for the 2019 season then, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Look forward to seeing them. All right, so once again, Lynn just kind of hit the highlights of the two events coming up for the Touchdown Club, putting on for the football team and the athletic programs there at Wayne County High School.
All right, this Monday night we're going to have the banquet. Starts at 7 o'clock at the Wayne County High School Commons area. The tickets will be purchased at the door. It's $15 a person. The highlight of the night is we're going to be honoring Lynn Hoss with the naming of the field, joining Coach Donaldson and Coach Madry, so it'll be Donaldson, Madry, Hoss Field going forward. Looking forward to recognizing him and what he's done in his career and what he's meant to Wayne County.
And that's this coming Monday night at 7 o'clock at the high school.
This coming Monday night.
Okay.
And then on February,
football banquet.
And then on February the 2nd, which is the Saturday before the Super Bowl, at Under the Chandelier, we're going to have our $10,000 raffle that we have annually. In conjunction with having the Embers play. We got the Embers coming in town. They work with us really well to set this up for us. So we're going to have the $10,000 raffle. We're going to have amazing door prizes for every 20th ticket drawn off the board. Going to just have a fun night with food and just a good time. Raise some money for the football team, and that way we can continue to build this program, because I've said this since I think the day I met Coach 2 years ago is I wasn't looking for him to build a football team. I wanted him to build a program, and that's not just football. That's the entire athletic department, and he's done a phenomenal job doing it.
And during that $10,000 event coming up on February 2nd, not only will you have the drawings of the tickets for the $10,000, but if somebody's ticket is drawn and they said, I'm out of the whole thing, you still got other things going on that people can win, the 50-50 raffle and other things that people can do to have a chance to win stuff, right?
That is absolutely right. That's absolutely right. So, you got if you've been to the raffles before, there's always something going on. Somebody trying to buy a ticket from somebody else or sell a ticket, and they get down the last 20. You'll be surprised at who'll walk up to you and offer you $200 or $300 for your ticket. So that's up to you if you want to sell it. We won't stop you. So and
that's 300 tickets. $100 each, and
you mark 300 tickets and $100 a piece.
But you can split it with folks. 50-50, thirds, quarters, doesn't matter.
Tenths, you name it, 20ths. I don't put $5 a piece for all we care. But again, it's all about raising money. This is a fundraiser, and we acknowledge that, but we're going to make it as fun as possible for everybody, and especially having the Embers here, getting, some of the people who, maybe they're just not into the raffle, but they're into, listening to some good music and dancing and having a good time and mingling with all the coaches, I think are supposed to be there. And just having a good time and getting to know some of these coaches and seeing them off the field, because I can promise you Coach Cribb's a different person on a Tuesday than he is on a Friday night, because I stand right beside him and I get 4 words out of him on Fridays, and then other times we'll talk forever. So,
all right. And what is the cost to go into the football banquet this coming Monday night?
It's going to be $15.
$15. It's open for everyone, folks.
Everybody,
general public, to come into the Commons area there for the football banquet on Monday night at the Commons area. And then on February 2nd will be the $10,000 raffle with the Embers there at Under the Chandelier on Highway 301 South here in Jesup. 2 big events coming up by the Touchdown Club for the athletic program at Wayne County High School. And Coach, you've got to be pleased as you're figuring, as you're into your second 6 months of your second year of all the different athletic programs that are going on, and the enthusiasm you see for the athletics at Wayne County High School.
Wayne County's having a great season, great year. 2 years. Volleyball's had a great year. They're a new sport. Wrestling's doing an incredible job for the first year. They having some wins and competing, and so I'm just real proud of, the basketball teams are doing incredible. Both middle schools, the high school. It's fun to see these kids having so much success, and I've always said I believe success breeds success, and pride's a key factor. And the guys got great coaches and great facilities to train in, and just excited for Wayne County. It's a great time to be a Yellow Jacket.
Coach, tell them. I know we talked about the major or the weight room in the high school, but tell them the effect of doing the new high school, what it's done to our middle school program.
Well, through our incredible maintenance department, we've renovated both middle school weight rooms and overhauled them, and took the weights from the high school and flooring, and along with putting up new interior walls in the 2 weight rooms. Both middle schools have looks brand new weight rooms.
Good.
Both coaches are super excited. The kids are they feel very fortunate to have an incredible weight room. Their weight rooms are a lot nicer than a lot of high school weight rooms.
That's great.
So it once we did the one at high school, it helped all 3 schools.
Okay, Coach Cribb in here this morning. Head football coach, staff director for Wayne County High School. Lynn Lewis, president of the Touchdown Club, talking about events coming up. Good luck with these events, guys.
Thanks for having us, Butch. Thanks for all you do for us.
All right, and if you need to come back on to promote the raffle once again, or the $10,000 thing, just let us know, okay?
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you, Butch.
Y'all have a great day.
Thank you very much.
All right, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street, Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, Women's Health Center in downtown Jesup, and also brought to you by the Wolf Animal Hospital.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.